now we're going to be looking at the Five of Swords. Again, not a nice card. So themes of this card are conflict and defeat, also the aftermath of battles, whether that be physical, mental or verbal. Now we'll get into the symbolism on this card.
So looking at the symbolism on this card and starting with the main figure here holding the three swords, he appears to have quite a smug expression on his face, and this figure is symbolising the winning at a conflict, but potentially at a great cost. So then if we move our attention to the other two figures in the card who appear to be walking away, these two figures who appear to be walking away and look quite defeated, they symbolise loss, defeat or retreat, highlighting the impact of the conflict on relationships. The discarded swords that lie on the ground indicate the discarded tools of battle and the remnants of the conflict. They symbolise the aftermath and the consequences of the fight. The cloudy weather or cloudy sky in the background that also appears to be a bit stormy represents the lingering tension and unsettled emotions following the conflict.
So the Five of Swords and how it might show up in a reading. So when this card comes up in a reading, it can be there to indicate conflict, disagreements, competition, defeat, bullying, intimidation. It can point towards winning or success at any cost. It can show up to signify that you may have won in a conflict, but at what cost? Is it at a cost of a relationship that you held dear? Is it at the cost to you as a person and your reputation? It may be that to win in an argument, you had to become a person that you didn't want to be or wouldn't normally be. Maybe quite intimidating or bullying. It can show success, but in the same way, at what cost? So it could be like it might be that your success came at the expense of others. Maybe you were being sneaky about things in order to get to where you wanted to be. So it's quite a sly card. It's quite a negative card. It can mean winning, but to what expense, at what expense, to you as a person and who you are and your reputation, or to the people that you hold dear to you and maybe losing them. So it can come as a reminder to us that sometimes winning at an argument isn't always what's really important, and that sometimes it's better to let things go. So are you willing to lose relationships just to prove your point of view? Or just to prove that you're right? So it can also come up after some kind of conflict or disagreement that you may have had, and it might be there to serve you to say, maybe it's time to apologise, maybe now would be a good time to apologise before it's too late. Maybe it's to show you, to look at your actions and to see where you may have been a bit unfair or even acted out of character just in the moment for the for that need to win or to be right. It can also show that you, on the other hand, that a conflict that you are going through at the moment with another person, that you may be defeated, that you may not win the conflict, or it could show something that you're trying to achieve. It could actually come up to express that you may actually fail at this thing, but it does come up to sort of say, to accept where you are and what's happening so that you can learn from it and move on. So In terms of winning, it's going to always ask you, was the victory worth the price paid to be victorious in that moment, especially if you've lost valued relationships through that, or even your own reputation. It can also come up to indicate that there might be a bully around, whether that's a bully at school, if it's maybe a school bully and you've got a child or something that's having some problems with a bully at school, or maybe it's somebody that's bullying you in the workplace, or it could be coming up to highlight to you where sometimes you yourself can be a little bit intimidating and maybe you've been acting as a bit of a bully as well. So lastly, it can also come up if you are dealing with an inner conflict and that you have made a choice that's resolved the issue temporarily, but it's left you feeling uneasy or maybe guilty. So then the Five of Swords would come up to indicate the need to address the underlying issues to find that true peace and resolve the inner conflict once and for all and properly, not just in a temporary way.